Now, why should you listen to me? I went from being unattractive to going on dates fast. So let's go. So let me introduce you to the Northstar Method. This is the method I came up with to improve your dating life fast. Now, the Northstar Method is not like all the other dating advice you see out there that relies on manipulation and learning routines and trying to manipulate women into sex. The Northstar Method in its core revolves around just expressing what you authentically feel for women. Now, if you look at the Northstar for a second, you can see that it has 3 points, and these 3 points are actually the 3 reasons you are not pulling girls right now. The first one is dishonesty. Chances are that you are not in touch with yourself, you are not in touch with your desires for women. When you see a pretty girl, you almost can't even admit to yourself in your head that you want her. Like for you thinking, okay, wait, if I express my desire for this woman to this woman, that almost feels like kind of illegal in your head. You have kind of disowned your perfectly healthy masculine desire to get with women. And this was actually a big struggle of mine for a long time as well. Most likely at some moment in your past you have been hurt when you were trying to express your desire for women. For example, I can tell you my story, maybe you have something similar. It was back in 7th grade during the rest break, and I saw this group of women. They were talking about something. I don't even really remember what they were talking about, but I had the desire, oh yeah, I kind of want to join this conversation. So when they had like a little break in their speaking, I decided to join in by saying something. And then all of them kind of turned around, looked at me like this, and then one of them was like, "Who asked you?" And that was just like the fucking traumatic event that made me think, oh fuck, I can never express my desire for women ever again, because then this is going to happen again. And that led me down a downward spiral that fucked my dating life for a long time. But I'm telling you, even though you've been hurt in your past for expressing your desire for women, there's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, if you are a healthy man, if you have healthy levels of testosterone, if you have 2 balls, then it is perfectly normal to have a desire for women. I want you to recognize that there's no shame at all in being a healthy man. Okay, now let's move on to the second point that makes your dating life fucked. It is fear. As we just tackled in the dishonesty section, you feel weird. It's almost like it's forbidden when you want to express your desire for women, and obviously that makes you scared to express your desire for women. Like if I were to tell you, okay, yeah, like this one girl in the gym that you keep looking at, how about you speak to her? Like all the alarm bells in your head will go off immediately if you think like, no, I can't do that. That's creepy. That's like, she never wants to be approached because she's in the gym. She just wants to be left alone in the gym. And I saw this TikTok where the girl was complaining that when she gets approached in the gym, that's like super annoying. Like for you, it is absolutely not okay to approach a random girl, and that's why you're very scared of that. What you are actually scared of is not actually approaching her, but being rejected. I can explain this with my story again. I did not want to relive this memory of the past where I tried to enter the conversation and they looked at me and asked me, oh, did we ask you? I was scared to death of the pain of rejection, and that made me inhibit my entire personality around women. Now, how you can fix your fear, we're going to talk about that in a second. Let's move on to the third reason why you're not pulling right now, which is that, honestly bro, not to hurt your feelings, but you're kind of low value. Like most likely you're kind of an average guy, your friends aren't that great, you don't have that nice physique yet that you want, you don't have that much money, you don't have status. You're just kind of like, yeah, an average Joe. But you're doing one thing right, you have the ambition to improve. That's why you're watching an educational YouTube video instead of all the other funny, entertaining YouTube videos you could have watched instead. You are not satisfied with your life yet, you're ambitious for more, and that's a great trait I want you to keep. But why does living an average life fuck your dating? Well, the problem is women have choice these days, and when women have choice, they're not going to choose the average, they're going to choose what's better than average. And you might think, oh well, that's superficial and that's shallow and that's whatever. But honestly, if you were to switch perspectives, like imagine you're a woman right now, would you want to date a guy whose life is just as miserable as yours? Like imagine you're a woman and all you do is like take Instagram pictures and then feel validated online and then scroll a little bit. Do you want to enter a life of a guy who takes Instagram pictures and he gets validated a little bit less because he's a guy and then he scrolls a little bit? No, you want to enter a guy's life who's doing like exciting shit, who's doing fun shit with his life, who has an amazing friend group, who has high status, other men look up to him. You don't want to date an average motherfucker. So if your life is just as miserable as the life of the woman you want to attract, that's something you need to work on. Okay, so those were the 3 points fucking your dating life right now. It's dishonesty, it's fear, and then it's low value. Now, how can we solve all these 3 problems? The solution is the Northstar Method. So if we pull up the Northstar once again, you can see that it has 3 points. First one is authenticity, second one is courage, third one is lifestyle. Now, becoming more authentic will solve the problem of you being around women and not even being able to express your desire for them. If you were to come to terms with yourself and actually admit what's going on inside of you, that would make you a lot less inhibited around women. Second one is courage. Courage is the skill of feeling fear, but then doing the scary action anyways. You can see how you need courage when you get the opportunity to talk to a woman. You think like, yeah, I really want to do this. You're already authentic with yourself, but then you can't do this because you're too scared. This is where courage comes in. When you're in that situation, courage enables you to say fuck you to that little voice in your head and to go up to her anyways. And the third point is lifestyle. It's all about not living the average life. It's all about living a lifestyle that is attractive to women. It mostly focuses on quitting bad habits and enabling good habits, and also living a life that the women see and think, damn, it's fucking fun, I want to join it. Now actually, if you want to apply the Northstar method and use it to get the same results that I got with it, you can actually check out the first link in the description. It's my full guide to getting girls through the Northstar method. Okay, now let's move on to the Northstar skill, because the 3 points of the Northstar method, they can be unified in one skill, and that skill is cold approach. Like 3 points I described in the previous chapter, dishonesty, fear, and a shitty lifestyle, all of those things can be solved by applying the Northstar skill. Cold approach is literally the skill that applies everything that is inside of the Northstar method as fast as possible. But let's talk about this in more detail. Now, first of all, what is cold approach? Cold approach is the ability to start a conversation with a random woman from scratch, even though you know nothing about it. And you're probably wondering, well, how does this contain the 3 points of the Northstar method? Well, first of all, let's talk about authenticity. First of all, you need to be in touch with yourself. You need to actually feel that desire. Oh shit, I want to speak to her. I have this attraction towards her. You need to be real with yourself and stop listening to all the conditioning that society has put on you, saying like, oh no, be a good boy, and oh no, don't express your sexuality towards women because oh, that's creepy, and then they're going to hate you. Like when you do cold approach, that's a massive step inside of your head in coming to terms with your desires. You want women and you're finally doing something about it. Now another thing you can do is that you are actually becoming more authentic around your friends. For example, when you're like talking about stuff and you're not just like fucking talking about random bullshit, you actually start talking about women because women are on your mind and you're finally expressing that even on the outside. Now, second point of the Northstar, courage. You can already see how it takes courage to go up to women. Like you need to be actually very courageous to go up to a chick and tell her, hey, I saw you, I think you're pretty, I want to get to know you, because you are risking rejection. You are risking other men seeing you doing the approach and then you fucking getting rejected by the girl. That is very scary, and courage helps you push through that fear. That's why I made courage the second point of the Northstar. Third one is lifestyle. Now this one might not be immediately obvious. How does doing cold approaches improve your lifestyle? Well, how do you meet new women? Do you meet them at home playing Warzone for 6 hours straight? Or do you meet them when you're outside in the gym and then you see her and you're feeling like, oh, okay, kind of gotta talk to her? When you have this goal that you actually kind of want to speak to women, then that automatically leads you to taking better lifestyle choices, because then you will actually get your ass off your fucking gaming chair and you will go outside to the gym or meet with friends to do fun stuff. Then you will actually be outside doing productive, doing fun things. So yeah, if your dating life is shit right now, the Northstar method and the Northstar skill is literally going to solve it super fast. Like I taught this to a friend of mine, okay? And he literally got on a date in 3 days. So this shit actually works. Again, you can check out the first link in the description if you want to get deep into this. Otherwise, you can click and watch this video to keep on learning, or subscribe to the channel right here. I'll see you in the next one.